U.S. History students, this is Mrs. Thomas, and I will be recording the Week 3 quiz. I'll be reading each question and their answer options. On this quiz, there is a total of 10 questions. When you reach the end, please make sure that you click Submit Quiz to ensure that the grade is recorded successfully in the gradebook for you. You should be able to then refresh your gradebook and see your score. Check what you got right or wrong by going to your Progress tab in the course, clicking on Quizzes, and selecting Week 3 quiz to see which ones you got right and wrong. Question number 1. Why was immigration through Angel Island in California more difficult than immigration through Ellis Island in New York? Angel Island was also used as the local prison, so there wasn't a lot of space available for incoming immigrants. Asians immigrated through Angel Island and there was more prejudice against them. Angel Island was farther from the mainland, so it was harder to find workers to process immigrants. Ellis Island received more funding and could operate more efficiently. Question number 2. Nativist responses to immigration and immigrants included all the following except the 14th Amendment, mob violence against immigrants, passage of the Chinese Exclusion Act, or D, the Dillingham Commission report. Question 3 involves a political cartoon. Which of the following statements explains the political cartoon's message about immigration in the early 1920s? The government's laws supported by nativists limited the number of immigrants coming into the U.S. There was not enough room on boats to get all the people who wanted to come to the U.S. from Europe, and the government tried to help. The U.S. government advertised for European immigrants to come to the U.S. to increase the population by 3%, or 3% of Americans were trying to leave the U.S. to immigrate to other countries. Question number 4. Which statement best describes the growth of cities in the late 1800s? Cities grew rapidly as both immigrants and native-born citizens sought better job opportunities. Cities grew slowly because people wanted to stay on their farms and make money. Cities didn't change in size because people were reluctant to move. Or cities grew rapidly because people were eager to enjoy the sophisticated entertainment they offered. Question number 5. How did innovative transportation changes such as the streetcar affect the development of 19th century cities? They added to crowded conditions by clogging roads and polluting the environment. Cities could grow and expand to the suburbs because people no longer had to walk everywhere. They brought much needed revenue to city budgets through reasonable fares. Or cities did not change that much, but people appreciated having options for transportation. Question number 6. Which is not a way in which cities of the late 1800s became more stratified or separated? Ethnicity, race, class, or gender? Question number 7. Which was not one of the problems cities experienced as a result of rapid growth in the late 1800s? Poverty, limited recreation options, disease, crowded living conditions. Question number 8. What was one problem with politics in the late 1800s? Voter registration was difficult, especially for people who did not speak English, so people did not vote. It was hard to find candidates for office because there were so many constituent demands that could not be met. Political machines like Tammany Hall accepted bribes, took graft, and helped people in exchange for votes. The media did not give accurate information about candidates and what they stood for. Question 9. The Populist Party, A, was the precursor to the Nativist Party and developed out of mistrust of immigrants and dislike of the job competition it created. B, was the precursor to the progressive political movement and ultimately failed because they did not accept the changes brought by industrialization in America culturally and economically. C, was the first political party to allow everyone over 18 to vote, including women. Or D, was an anarchist group that showed up at protests and union strikes to cause trouble and make the unionists look violent. Question 10. Which group contains reforms that came out as a result of the progressive movement? Group A, public health programs, municipal reforms, direct election of senators, initiative and referendum measures. Or Group B, disease prevention laws, precinct government, legislatures elect senators, recall of laws. Again, the question was which group contains reforms that came about as a result of the progressive movement, Group A or Group B. Once you are done with your quiz, scroll all the way down, make sure to click Submit Quiz, and then update or refresh your gradebook to check your grade. Good luck on your quiz.